This is a story about a man who started at the bottom, with nothing but a mop and a dream, and ended up changing the game for small businesses all across the country. It's a story that proves your current job doesn't define your future, and that the biggest success stories often have the humblest beginnings. Meet Ethan Brooks. At 27, he was the night janitor at a high-flying tech company in San Francisco. It wasn't a glamorous job. The pay was just enough to get by. But Ethan possessed something invaluable: ambition. While the city slept and the office was quiet, Ethan's mind was wide awake, buzzing with ideas. By day, he dreamed of building apps that could make a real difference in people's lives. By night, he cleaned the very offices where those kinds of apps were being created. He wasn't just mopping floors, he was observing, learning, and waiting for his moment. He wanted to be part of this world, not as a janitor, but as a creator. The spark came one late night, as he was scrubbing the lobby floor. He overheard a group of engineers talking, complaining about the difficulties small businesses had with managing their online appointments. It was a mess of spreadsheets, missed calls, and frustrated customers. For most people, it would have been just background noise. For Ethan, it was a revelation. A light bulb went off. He thought to himself, I can fix this. I can build a tool to make this simple. This is a real problem that needs a real solution. He immediately pulled out a small, worn notebook from his back pocket and started sketching out ideas right there, next to his cleaning cart. He had no funding, no team, no connections in the industry. All he had was a powerful, burning desire to create something meaningful. And so, his double life began. After his long shifts cleaning, Ethan didn't go home to rest. He went home to work. He dove headfirst into the world of coding, spending every spare minute glued to his old laptop. He devoured free online courses, watched hours of tutorials on app development, and even taught himself the basics of marketing and business strategy. He was building his dream, one line of code at a time, fueled by cheap coffee and sheer determination. To his colleagues at the tech company, he was just the janitor, a quiet guy who kept to himself. His family worried, questioning why he was pouring so much time and energy into what they saw as a fantasy instead of pursuing a more stable, traditional career path. But Ethan knew a secret that keeps every dreamer going. Big, audacious goals require big, unseen sacrifices. After 6 long months of relentless work, Ethan had something tangible, a simple, functional prototype of his appointment scheduling app. He had built it entirely with free tools and open-source software. Now came the hard part, getting someone to believe in it. He started local, pitching his idea to small business owners in his own neighborhood. The response was mixed. Many ignored him, dismissing him as soon as they saw his simple presentation. A few even laughed at the idea of a janitor trying to break into the tech world. But then, one owner of a small hair salon looked at his prototype, played with it for a minute, and said the 4 words that changed everything. This might actually work. That single yes was more powerful than 100 no's. It was the validation he needed, the fuel to keep his fire burning brighter than ever. Of course, the journey was far from smooth. The first version of his app was plagued with problems. It crashed constantly, the user interface was clunky. Early users complained, and the feedback was often harsh. He tried pitching to investors, but they saw a janitor with a buggy app and said he was unrealistic, that he was out of his depth. This is the point where most people would have given up. This is where the story usually ends. But not for Ethan. He saw every failure not as a defeat, but as data. Every crash report, every user complaint, was a lesson. It was a clue telling him how to make his product better. He doubled down, spending countless nights debugging code, redesigning features from scratch, and listening intently to every piece of criticism. He was learning one of the most crucial lessons in business and in life. Failure isn't the end. It's the process. A year after that first spark of an idea in the lobby, Ethan's persistence finally paid off. He met a local entrepreneur, an older businessman who had also started from scratch. This investor didn't see a janitor. He saw grit, passion, and an idea that solved a real problem. He gave Ethan a small seed investment. It wasn't a huge amount, but it was everything. With the funding, Ethan was able to quit his janitor job and dedicate himself fully to his dream. He hired a small, passionate team to other young developers who believed in his vision. Together, they refined the app, fixed the bugs, and prepared for an official launch. The day his app went live on the App Store was the proudest moment of his life. And the market responded. Within months, small businesses all across California were signing up. Barbershops, yoga studios, freelance consultants, they all loved how it saved them time, reduced no-shows, and helped them grow their revenue. The man who once quietly emptied their trash cans was now leading meetings, managing a growing team, and solving their biggest headaches. From there, the growth was explosive. Word of mouth spread like wildfire. What started in California soon scaled across the entire USA. Businesses from New York to Texas, from Florida to Washington, were crediting his app with transforming their operations. Ethan never forgot where he came from. He made it a core part of his company's mission to give back. He started mentoring underprivileged youth who were interested in tech, showing them that your starting point doesn't limit your potential. In fact, he taught them that starting small is a superpower. It teaches you to be resourceful, resilient, and scrappy, skills that are invaluable when you're ready to scale. Looking back, Ethan often shares the key principles he learned on his incredible journey. First, your current role never defines your future potential. Whether you're a janitor, a cashier, or a delivery driver, your vision for yourself is what truly matters. Second, persistence will always beat raw talent when talent isn't willing to put in the work. The people who succeed aren't always the smartest or the most gifted. They're the ones who refuse to quit. Third, small, consistent steps every single day compound into massive, life-changing results. You don't build a skyscraper overnight. You lay one brick perfectly every single day. And finally, he learned that helping others and solving their problems is the surest way to amplify your own success. Today, Ethan is not only a successful CEO, but also a sought-after motivational speaker, inspiring thousands of people across the USA to chase their own dreams, no matter how impossible they may seem. His story is a powerful reminder for all of us. Even if you feel like you're starting in the background of your own life, your moment on center stage can come. Every challenge you face is not a wall designed to stop you. It's a stepping stone designed to lift you higher. The unstoppable forces of dedication, resilience, and a clear vision can overcome any obstacle. So, for anyone out there in the USA who feels stuck, overlooked, or underestimated, remember Ethan Brooks. Your future is not yet written. It's waiting for you to build it. And it all starts with that one small, brave step you take today. Thanks for watching. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. See you in the next video.